So good afternoon and welcome to the Hour League app and welcome to Kingston Park, welcome to game one of the Australian Schoolboys Tour as they take on England College's Matt Horton and Alan Coleman here up in Newcastle this afternoon. Thankfully the rain has stopped. We've just had a rather large downpour up here in the northeast as we pause for the national anthems. So the national anthems, good morning to anybody watching us on the eastern seaboard of Australia. It's an unhealthy 2 a.m. in Sydney, an unhealthy 1 a.m. in Brisbane, but thanks for joining us all the same. Your Australian side today is Fanny Tissey New at fullback, Stephen Crichton, Bradman Best, Starsford Tarr, Zach Seeney on the wing, Jack Madden and Tom Dearden at half-backs. Up front, Ratu Nanava, Ryan Gray and Penny Tiupa. The second row, Juan Compain, Matthew Dorey and Jalal Bazaz locks the scrum in 13. We'll run through the England starting lineup. Jack Stockdale at fullback, Jack Ratcliffe, Tyler Lancaster, Harry Moxham and Zach Fellows on the wing, Jake Carter and Owen Abel at halfback. Up front, Cameron Stewart, Niall Collett and Harry Heaton, the back three, Oliver Stone, Ryan Wolfenden and Ben Holmes. England will play from left to right in the white shirts as we look in the second half. And Alan, alongside me this afternoon, we've seen some very famous players come through this Australian schoolboy side, haven't we?
We certainly have, Matt, and I have no doubt there'll be a lot more being produced from this lineup as well. They look very athletic, and just watching the warm-up before, they look very organised and very disciplined in everything they do. And like you just said, there's been some fantastic names. So hopefully we'll see the next generation today.
So this is the first of 5 games for the Australian schoolboys. You can see every one of these games on the Hour League app as well. So it's the green and gold going from right to left, and it's Nanava with the first carry as Ryan Gray at dummy half goes to that right hand side, and they'll get to the 30-metre line. Of course, it's an artificial surface here at Kingston Park. And here's the other prop, Penny Tiupa. Got some big boys, haven't they?
Yeah, and already, if you're watching straight away, the carries, they're taking 2 or 3 of the England boys, you know, to stop the progress, and it's going to be one of those days. So if they can number up well, they'll be all right. But they have some power in this side, you can tell already.
This Jalal Bazaz with that previous carry. England are going to get their first touch of the football this afternoon. It's Zach Fellows who collects, and it's a good chase though from the Australian schoolboys.
Yeah, straight away though, again, you know, they're setting the benchmark, and you can see the big fellas just come out and put one hell of a shot on there.
Ratu Nanava didn't miss there, and England struggling to get away, and then they've come up with the error, and Australia have got it back with Jack Madden, and England under all sorts of pressure as Ryan Gray goes from dummy half, and he's taken 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's in. He's scored as Ryan Gray's managed to spin out and touch the ball down. Our referee points to the spot, and the schoolboys have taken over a minute to get over the black dot, and Australia lead by 4 points to 0.
Yeah, I just think from that, Matt, the big thing for me was the chase from the kick. A great set, what they did, set the platform, and the kick was fantastic. Put him in the corner, and the chase was even better. And the intensity and the defence from the first two players defensively was very smart from Australia. So, you know, that they've started real well.
So big start from the Australians. I will get confirmation of the try scorers this week. Of course, we saw some of the England college boys in action at Lee Miners last Sunday. Yeah,
we had Ben Holmes, who's playing 13 for England colleges. He was on the bench for Lancashire. We've got Ryan Wolfenden at 12. He was in the squad for Lancashire, but didn't quite make the final team. And we had Jordan Parger, who's on the bench today for the colleges. He started at 7 for Yorkshire. So it just shows, you know, that there's a good pathway for these boys, and may it long continue.
Jack Madden has the kicking duties for the Australian schoolboys. We timed that try at 90 seconds for Ryan Gray. Oh, and he's hit the post. So 4-0, Australia lead here at Kingston Park on the Hour League at Matt Horton and Alan Coleman. Keen, isn't he?
Yes. He's certainly trying to get the crowd going, Matt, I know that.
So on Wednesday, we'll be down at the Menderhose Jungle, where Yorkshire Academy take on the schoolboys. And then next Saturday, 1:30 kick-off at the Regional Arena in Manchester.
It's a great kick.
It's high, it's swirling, and it's dealt with. I just hope it doesn't get away from England too quickly, too early, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. But if you look at the push on every player. Watch the fullback for Australia. Nivu, is it? Niu. Yeah. He's pushing on every play. He's on inside shoulders, outside shoulders.
This is Joanne Compain. He's just short of halfway as the try scorer Gray at dummy half. Here is Jalal Bazaz again.
They're going to look to a short side. They have done.
As Gray goes, and Ryan Gray, one try already with an offload to Dearden, and Dearden's going to go, and Dearden's going to get in on the black dot, and that's 2-2 for Australia. And it's the scrum half, Tom Dearden with that one. And from try scorer to try creator goes Ryan Gray.
Yeah, he leaks a threat straight away, doesn't he? He scored the first try. He gets his platform with these big boys going forward, and then he just plays on back of every quick ruck. They've had 2 quick rucks in that set, and he's made yards upon yards, and he's the creator yet again, though.
So, second try for Australia. I've said Jack Madden on the PA, it wasn't. It was definitely Tom Dearden. There we go.
The Virgin, Matt.
He's
let's hope this fella keeps hitting bar as well.
Yeah. I backed him on the last one, to be honest, Alan. So as we were saying, we're at the Manchester Regional Arena on next Saturday, and then we're at the Sports Village for the first test on the Saturday, and then it's Friday night under the lights at Emerald Headingley for the climax of this tour. So here is Madden then with this conversion attempt. Kicks away this time. It's out the ground, and the flags are up here at Kingston Park's first game of the Australian Schoolboys Tour. They lead by 10 points to 0. And what do you think the England coaching staff will be saying behind the line?
It's not the start they wanted, that's for sure. Just thinking about it now, with you saying that, I'd be tempted to make a few changes in the kicking area. Like, let's not put it to where they expect it. Let's make them think a little bit. Maybe change the style of the kick. And
there is a large gap, isn't there?
Yeah. That's better. It's
a bit shorter, and Ben Holmes has got a chance, and he's been shepherded off it. But
yeah, I just heard the coaches then say, Matt, if we're going to do that, we've got to compete for it, and I don't think we did then.
Here's Jalal Bazaz again. 12 short of halfway already. Too slow, and that's going to be a penalty for the Australians.
I think you know they've gone for that just to slow the pace of the game down. We've played 4 minutes and
6-ish.
6, and it's been played at 100 mile an hour from the Aussie boys, and I think England, you know, have realised they've got to slow it down, but not too long.
There may be some very interested academy management watching this game from both Yorkshire and Lancashire, who will square up over the coming week.
And you know what? No disrespect to the college guys, but you know the professional boys will give them a bigger test.
Here's a chance for
he looks
Fanny
impressive.
New puts the footwork on, and it's a third try for Australia. 6 minutes on the clock, and it's the fullback Fanny New who gets in, and I hate to say it, I think that's game over.
Well, yeah, I think it is, and I think from now on it'll be what quality we see within the game, and what, you know, already, Matt, you spoke about people who's played for this schoolboys before, and I think just watching this fullback's a really exciting prospect already. We've only played 6-7 minutes, like you're saying. He's looked very impressive already, the guy at the back.
So much quality through this side, isn't there? We've only seen 7 minutes of them at the most at the moment.
Yeah, they just do. They do a lot. Everybody wants to do. They do the basics real well, and that's go forward, go hard early, and then play on the back of that.
We're just getting another look at the try, and what an absolutely superb step it was from Fanny New.
Just his pace and his footwork. But like I said before, watch him in every play, every carry. He's on the inside shoulder or the outside shoulder. He wants to be involved in every single play.
Here is Jack Madden with the conversion attempt again.
You were close to that post
again. But he stuck the flags up here at Kingston Park. First game of the Australian Schoolboys Tour. Coming up to 8 minutes gone here. Australia lead by 16 points to 0. Let's hope that
am I right saying
Holmes
they've
can
not
stay
had the
on
ball
side.
yet, have we?
They've had one set. Dropped it.
Yeah, we did from the kick, yeah, sorry.
Dropped it third tackle. Different kick. Bit more of a line drive this time, and
that puts them more back in their own yardage, Matt. They've got to work harder to get out now, so that's, like I said before, change style of kick sometimes.
Ratu Nanava with the first carriers. Ryan Gray will wait at dummy half. Here's the other big man, Penny Tiupa. As Gray waits at dummy half again. Go the short side with Juan Compain. And he's put to ground 10 short of halfway. It's Gray at dummy half. Going to look to go through the hands, and here's Nanava again.
That's much better. That's much better. He's on his back. They've dominated the ruck, but they've just gone that too much. Too much.
As we're coming towards the 9.5 minute mark, England have had one set which lasted 3 tackles before a drop football. And Australia are going to try the left-hand side this time, and they'll start 10 inside the England half.
All England are doing is just defending, and then they're defending another set, so sometimes they're doing 12 tackles just by penalties alone, so they've really got to cut that out.
And the last thing you need is one of the big fellas running at you, and that one is Penny Tiupa. Gray at dummy half. To the right-hand side, here's New into the line.
Great line.
Matt Dory, and Dory's still going, and they're not going to stop him, and Matt Dory will get a fourth try. That's too easy for Australia. Just a simple shift. Jack Madden with a drop-off ball, and Matt Dory just gets through some poor England tackling, and it's 20-0.
You watch it back there, Matt, from the thing, that fullback, like the kid's in it again, that Nivu, he's on the edge, he's having a go, and you can't take your eyes off him, and just a simple drop-off with the back row coming at pace, and looks really good.
Would it be fair to say, Alan, that this England colleges side is a scratch side, though? They won't have had many games together, will they?
No, not at all. They'll have played against each other throughout the season in the college rugby, but I don't think they get too much time.
I mean, obviously, looking ahead to the 2 games to come up, we have had the Origin clash at academy level this year, haven't we? So
yeah, and a lot of these guys have played a lot of rugby, you know, and some of them have not played for a while. So you've got a mixed match in your team straight away there, Matt.
As Madden sticks the flags up here. Coming up to 12 minutes gone here at Kingston Park on the Hour League app. Matt Horton and Alan Coleman with you this afternoon. Australia lead by 22 points to 0.
I think a big one for me as well, Matt, obviously being a coach, I'd have certainly made some changes. I think it's really important. You
is it unlimited today?
If it is, if it's not really.
It probably is, because we've got 8 on one bench and 6 on the other.
Yeah, and I think it's important you try to change things, because things aren't changing at all.
Ben Holmes, just the 3 yards offside this time at the kick-off. He's not been behind for any of... Well,
No,
he was
he's
for the
not.
first one, but not the rest of them. As Australia go down the short side with
They've gone again here, Matt.
Bradman Best, and he's gone down this left-hand side.
Look at the push
Huge
there.
chance. Look at the push through.
push.
And they're going to get in. And I think this is Bradman Best who is going to get in with the jumper 3 on. And it's a 5th try. And they've gone coast to coast again. 12 minutes on the clock here at Kingston Park. And Australia lead by 26 points to 0. And what an absolutely impressive start from the green and gold.
Yeah, just unplayable at times, mate. That's just, you can say, all right, they're at a different level or a different class than our boys, but
Saxini, who's got the try.
they look really, really impressive. For a group of young men anyway, they look like they've played together for years and years and years. I think the kid Zach Mead and his kicking goals could end up with quite a few points today.
Yeah. Although he hit the post from round here first up, so there's always that chance. We're just watching the try again now. Was Bradman Best and Saxini on the inside. Even the trainer hadn't got off with the kicking tee.
No. It's too easy at times, though. We've got to be a bit smarter than that and have something about us.
Madden sticks the flags up here. 4 from 5 for Jack Madden so far. 14 minutes gone here at Kingston Park. 5 tries to the Australian schoolboys already. Their lead by 28 points to 0.
He's certainly trying his best to get the crowd. And I think they need that. And you know what would be great to see? Let's have an arrow from the Aussies and let's get the ball in their area and let's have a set against them and see how they defend.
Not quite as far that time, was it? Ben Holmes?
I think he's heard you, Matt.
I think we're on Ben Holmes watch now, aren't we? As the last try scorer.
I think they found a weakness on the England left side, me. I think that's the target they want to go at. I think they find it as though it's a weak side. We'll see now if they go back to it.
Bazaz then with that carry.
They better have numbers here as well.
They've got numbers.
He's gone. That's
Bradman
too easy.
Best with the break. He's got Neo on the inside.
There he is, the guy again.
And Neo's going to get a second. And it's all too easy for this Australian side. On the black dot again. Second try of the afternoon for Fanny Neo, and Australia lead by 32 points to 0 here at Kingston Park.
It's as though at times
we're going to run out of superlatives here, aren't we?
Yeah, and do you know what? And I don't like saying this, and I'm a coach myself, but I think some of them boys have give up at times, though. Their heads are real down at the moment, and like I said to you, I think myself, I think a couple of changes need to be made. It looks like they're making 2 there now. Two have come behind the 6. 8's leaving the field.
So Cameron Stewart will depart. Probably will be the 2 props. No changes.
Yeah, it is, Matt. Yeah, 8 and 10.
Harry Hatton, the other one to make way. We'll bring you the England changes when we spot them. I think I'll back Madden for this one as well.
Safe money with that one.
I think the main question is now, is it 35 each way or 40 today?
Well, as an under 18s, this is a 19s? Is it a 19s?
I don't know.
I know it's 35 for the 18s, and then anything from that's 40.
Madden tags on the extras here at Kingston Park. The Australian schoolboys leave by 34 points to 0. Billy Westerman is 1. No, it's not. Ryan Deering in 1. Is 1 in 16. Who's out there?
Trying to see the other number.
Spot that in a minute.
It's the kid with the strapping on his hand as soon as he goes past with his number.
5 yards that time.
Yeah, he's number 17, Matt.
Which is Bob Jowett. Ben Holmes was 5 metres off.
Oh, good shot from him as well. He's just come on and put a nice hit up there on the big fella.
It's got a large...
But we've got to back it up again, though. We can't just do one every 6 or 7. We've got to do it consistently for a set. Get them to a kick at least. Come on, boys.
Here is Jalal Bazaz. He gets 15 short of halfway. Ryan Gray waits at dummy half. Comes to this left-hand side to Dearden.
They're going to get... Let's get them to the kick here. It's a knock-on. No, he's not give that.
Here's one of the big guys. It is Penny Teupa. And Teupa's still going.
Got to the last. Bit of pressure on the kick now, Matt.
Is the cry from the England coaches. Quick hands are in here.
Oh, look at the hands
Danger
here.
With Duane Company.
Good tackle.
And it's going to be a turnover. And England will get the ball back after, well, 15 minutes. It's only their second.
And you know what? They're going to be quite fatigued as well because they've done a hell of a lot of defending. So it's really important now they keep possession. Hopefully, maybe get a penalty or get something from the Aussies and get another set at them.
So that's only the 4th tackle Australia have made all game. As England then, with Collett at dummy half, gets it to Ben Holmes. Collett waits at dummy half again. It is Carter with the drop off, and they'll get 10 short of halfway. It's Collett at dummy half again. Goes to that left hand side, and it's a decent carry.
Yeah, and you know what? They're making them work a bit here now.
From Jake Carter, so they'll go that left hand side.
But I don't get why you kick on forward. You've not had the ball for ages.
They've given Neo a little bit of room, and that could be dangerous, but it's a good chase from Ollie Stone, and Australia start just outside their own 20.
The kid Jowett's got, yeah, he's done it again. He put the big shot on last time, and he's just done it again.
England have got the ball back, will come back for the error. There's no free plays today.
He's hurt himself a little bit, but he's had 2 involvements defensively since he's come on, and both of them have been really, really positive for England.
It's actually an error from Australia.
So they are human then.
They are. But you just look at the size of some of these guys. I mean, Stephen Crichton in 2, he's massive.
He'd be playing in front row if he was in an England jersey, wouldn't he? But all the back line, there's not much difference in any of them, is there? No. You look at it, the balance, even the halves.
So England, first time downtown this afternoon. Here is Harry Moxham. There's Holmes then to the middle of, well, it's the 22-metre line. There's
that Jowett again. He's done well when he's come on, this kid.
With the carry, it's got the England fans on their feet. Can they take advantage then? Penalty.
That's a penalty. Good. Let's see let's make them defend now. Let's make sure we get to end of the set if we don't score before it.
So,
but there's no push. It's just 1-up carries there.
Ryan Deering with that carry, 5 out. Big chance for England. Just run out of numbers, and he's going to run out of ground in a minute. Oh, he's thrown it back in.
He didn't need to let go though.
Touch should just ruled he's in touch, and England have coughed it up second tackle.
He didn't need to let go. They did. It was a big hit from the Aussie kid, but he was staying in play. He wasn't going to go out.
And England lose their opportunity on the second tackle. It's a bit warmer than it was at Lee last week as well.
Certainly is.
21 minutes gone here at Kingston Park on the Our League app. It is the opener for the Australian schoolboys. Don't forget, all 5 games live on the Our League app. We're back Wednesday from the Menderhose jungle.
Here's the big winger.
Crichton. It's Gray at dummy half. They're going to look to go here.
Certainly are. And it's that edge again, Matt.
Side with
it's that edge again.
And it's Stafford Tar with a break. Looks to put the little step on. Can they get him down? Can they get him off the island? No. But Australia with Zach Cheney to Madden. Here's
straight to them, straight to a 50. Hardest place to defend from, and they've got us again where we have to work really hard.
They've got big numbers left here.
Yeah.
Huge numbers left. It's like 8 on 4. It's going to be the big man with the carry. Out the back, Neo into the line. Here is Best.
Good cover though. Good cover from our boys.
Maybe an opportunity for Neo just to hang on a little bit longer there. And he's at dummy half. To Dearden. Ryan Gray playing as a playmaker.
He's
dummy
gone.
And go.
Oh, good tackle.
Great tackle. Great tackle from Ollie Stone. But Australia down this right-hand side. Out into the corner, and it's going to be a second for Zach Cheney as he touches the ball down. 22 minutes on the clock. 7th try of this first half. And Australia are in again, and they lead by 38 points to 0.
Yeah, and you know what? For 5 minutes of that game there, then we had a good bit of ball, a couple of sets of some, put some good shots in defensively. But Australia being Australia and the quality they've got, they just come straight back at us and ask questions. Like you said, Matt, they look to play on 1 and 2 straight away from that edge.
Just so organised.
Yeah, very much so, and look very disciplined in well. You can start them, you can rattle them a bit, but they just get on with it and take it, and then they just stick to their structures and their philosophy, how they want to play the game.
Hardest kick that Jack Madden's had this afternoon so far. It's 10 in from that right-hand touchline. Just give it a fair old thump and, well, stuck the flags up again here at Kingston Park. You're on the Hour League app with Matt Horton and Alan Coleman. Australia lead by 40 points to 0 here.
And you can see the Aussie interchanges warming up, and they're just itching to get out there, aren't they?
More big humans.
Yeah. I think there's 8 there, and they all look big, powerful boys, and it's going to be non-stop today, I think.
Some of those guys on the bench are bigger than the guys out there.
Ben Holmes' watch, Matt. Did you see anything?
4 metres. Zach Cheney, the last try scorer. Carries in, they've gone back to that high short kickoff again. Yeah,
we need the kid Jowett to get in the faces again, and I know he's the first man there again, but
Nanava with the carry. Gray at dummy half. Comes to this left-hand side. It's dropped off to Compain. And he's 5 short of half.
They've got numbers again here.
Trying to say he's trapped, and he's got away with it. And just looked to go up the middle with
He's there again, that one.
Oh. Ryan Deering was over the top, but not too high as Gray goes from dummy half.
Great offload.
Out the back to
the footwork on the big fella.
Here they go again as Taupa gets it away. Best down this left-hand side to Crichton, and Crichton will open the legs up, and Crichton will get in. Another try for Australia. 25 minutes on the clock here, and Stephen Crichton, it is with the try for the Aussies, and they lead by 44 points to 0, and that one has just come from 2 great offloads in contact.
Yeah, and it's the kid again, the 9, the Ryan Gray. England thought they'd wrapped him up. He just turns and gets the offload away. And then you get the big fella at 10, Penny, and he just beats a couple of men with his foot offloads, and then just great hands. And the winger shows a bit of pace to get on the outside.
Just so quick and so powerful, aren't they?
Yeah, it's, let's not kid ourselves. It's going to be difficult for the England colleges.
Change for Australia. Penny Taupa has gone to sideline.
Who have they brought on, Matt?
17, which is Jaden Tanner. From Blacktown in New South Wales. As Madden then. With this conversion attempt, we've got a great view of this. Nailed it.
Yeah,
Straight down the middle.
England's made another change. I know they've took Ben Holmes off. I can see him walking there, and they'll have brought another middle on. Can find out who that is shortly.
46-0 then to Australia.
They brought 10 back on, which is Harry Hatton. So Harry Hatton's come back on for Ben Holmes.
Bob Jowett got the Ben Holmes award there. Just a couple of metres in front.
Also, I think the Aussies will want to put a platform down. I think they'll want these other boys to stand up and say, look, we're here. You know.
It's about sending out a message for what's ahead, isn't it?
Massively, yeah. And they're playing for jerseys. No doubt the Aussie coaches have a squad of 21, 22, and they want to get the best for when they play the England Academy.
Tony Timano Alexander of the Australian squad, who's not in today, as Bazaz.
There's an error.
The error. And we'll come back for the scrum, 5 metres inside the Australian half. Only the 2 errors from Australia so far. Yeah, don't forget, Yorkshire Academy against the Australian schoolboys from the Menderhose Jungle on Wednesday night, 7:30. We're on air for that. If you can get to the game, get yourselves down to the Menderhose Jungle. It's going to be a great night of rugby league.
And I think in that game, Matt, they'll be up against people who's in a full-time environment. So we'd expect more from that. And then same again on Saturday from the Lancashire boys.
And then the 2 tests, which I'm so looking forward to, as Ryan Wolfenden takes it in. Josh Wilcock is out there in 19. Played for Yorkshire last week. Got himself a try as well. As England go down that left-hand side with Tyler Lancaster.
The Aussie line speed still after nearly 30 minutes. They're flying off the line. Flying off the line. Look at the speed they come off the line.
Last tackle.
They want to get at the kick. They want to get at the kicker. Look, good pressure
Just
on
put
him.
the little
It's a nice
kick through. It's a great kick. And safety first from Jack Madden. It's going to force the goal line dropout. And that's the first one of the game. That's a good kick.
Yeah,
something different.
Real good, yeah. He goes back on himself across, and he's got a good chase on his left side. He's standing on the right side, and it confuses the Aussie back line there. And real good from the 6.
Just made a change. Jalal Bazaz going out the back. It's the guy in the yellow boots, I think, with the headband on.
No, it's the 18 who's come on. This is the kid I was telling you, Matt, who played for Serbia in the European Championships. Number 18.
Matt Dragicic.
Yes. He played for Serbia against our boys.
He's knocked on. Not penalty.
Been lucky. I was lucky there.
So, chance for England to get downtown. They'll start from 22 out. As Josh Wilcox. Sit to Carter. Here is Billy Westerman out there in 18.
Famous name from the Yorkshire area.
Here come England again. Can they get on the score sheet? As Hatton takes it in. 15 out in centre field. Wilcock at dummy half. Goes to that left-hand side, kicking early, too early. And you can't do that.
You've got to get your ball. You've got to keep your ball, I'm afraid. You can't be kicking on 3.
There's kicking early and kicking too early as
and I think he's got a bit carried away with the kick he did before.
By Jack Ratcliffe. Gets a big cheer from the crowd here at Kingston Park as Westerman's jumped the line and manages to get the tackle. And England have just had a bit of a better set here so far. As Neo now gets
great
it.
Collection
got
there.
Numbers here as Compain goes infield. 10 inside the England half. As Gray at dummy half. goes this left-hand side as Niu wraps around the back, and Niu tries to get the dummy as Harry Moxham hangs on. Tries a knock-on from the England coaching staff next to us. On the last tackle.
Again. He's a clever player, this
Gets
nine.
it away, they're going to get in here. Great feat, and Australia are going to get another try.
Comes
and
from
it's
the
Bradman
nine.
Best in number 3 who gets it. 32 minutes on the clock here. Bradman Best.
Great thinking from the 9 there, Matt, though. You know, they think they've done a great job on stopping one, and then he plays the ball, he just jumps on the short side, commits 2 defenders, and a nice pass to the centre, Brandon Best, and he goes over for is it his second try, that?
No, it's first one for Bradman Best.
Right.
It's 9 that though in this first 32 minutes for the Australian schoolboys.
We're at half a century there now, yeah.
Yep, 52. I think the guy in the scorebox is run out of fingers.
Yeah.
I think given the fact the England coaching staff are on the way down, it could be 35 minutes each way this game.
Yeah. It is 35, Matt, yeah.
As Madden, with the kick, sticks the flags up here at Kingston Park. Yeah, you're watching the Hour League app with Matt Horton and Alan Coleman. England trail by 52 points to 0.
They're bringing Ben Holmes back on and taking Ryan Wolfenden off. So Ben will look to push on this right edge as a back row, which he has played for Lancashire and also England Lions, so it's a position he's familiar with. So I think they've identified this area is they're getting a lot of joy. So England's are looking to maybe toughen that area up.
So a couple left in this first half. Oh, they've
That's
gone
a good
really
kick-off.
short. It's gone the 10. Nobody competed
Just
though.
no challenge. Fantastic kick, no challenge.
And it's given Australia a decent field position again, which is what needed us. Sean Vivaletta in jumper 16 takes it in. That's Teupu is back out there and wins the penalty. Messing about, my apologies, it's Matt Drazic.
Look at Gray again, he's itching to go.
I've just been told to calm down a little bit, and he is going to go.
Look at the
as
meters
England
he's
have
made
turned
there
their backs,
straight away.
He gets it to Joanne Compain. As Australia then look to finish the half, like they started the first. And
they're in again, Matt.
And it's going to be a hat-trick for Zach Sheeny, and Zach Tini gets in. And Australia, he gets a hat-trick, does the young man, and Australia lead by 56 points to 0. Simple as it came. England just can't number up, can they? Because Australia are too quick.
Just too quick, certainly too quick, and I think he's behind most of it. The kid at 9, Ryan Gray, he's itching all the time. Where some of our guys will be looking to put it in touch, play the clock down. He wants to go and he wants to play. Well, there's some quality on show here, Matt. Some real quality. And sometimes you've just got to applaud that.
And we think of other players who we've seen in this tour before, like Greg Inglis, Latrell Mitchell. Some of these guys, as daft as it sounds, aren't a million miles away from making an NRL debut, are they?
No, I'd be very surprised with the kid at 9. Like I said, I know I keep mentioning him, but he looks really, really impressive to me. You know, and he just does the basics real well, and he's so quick, and his decision making's been superb.
That is half time. Siren has gone.
You can always tell a team what plays well, Matt, is when their arse doesn't really stand out, and Australians haven't, because they just play. You know, it's not about the halves, and today
Everything's gone through Ryan Gray at 9, hasn't it, really? So Madden with the last kick of the half. Stuck the flags up again.
I think he missed the easiest one,
9 from 10. The one he's missed nearly sent the post tumbling over, but that's half-time here at Kingston Park. 10 tries for Australia. Ryan Gray, the hooker, got them on the board, followed by Tom Dearden 2 minutes later. Then the fullback, Fanny Niu, chipped in with 1. Then Matt Dorey, and then Zach Cheney, a second for Niu, a second for Cheney, Crichton, Bradman Best, and then Zach Cheney getting a hat-trick on the stroke of half-time. 58-0, the Australian schoolboys lead here at Kingston Park. And Alan, we can only wax lyrical about this green and gold side, can't we? They've been absolutely superb, haven't they?
Yeah, brilliant to watch, and unfortunately for us on an England side, it's difficult to watch, and you've got to feel for our boys because in our own competition they'd be competing, but this is just quality, absolute quality from like at the moment 1 to 13 in any position. It's quality. It's not the centre busting down the line; it's the middles busting through with footwork. So they've got it all. So
that's it. Half time here at Kingston Park. If you are watching us down in Australia, get yourself a coffee so you can stay awake for the second half. It's been great for your boys so far. Me and Alan will be back in a few moments' time. Welcome back to Kingston Park, where the Australian schoolboys lead by 58 points to 0. 10 tries we've been treated to in the first half from the green and golds. Just to mention to the kids we had on the pitch at half time from Cramlington Rockets, if you are based up in the northeast, they are the premier club in the northeast, Cramlington Rockets. So get yourselves down there and give them all the support you can, and Australia will get us underway for this second half with Fanny Niu, the fullback. And here we go, 35 minutes left, and England will get first use of the football in this second half, and well, defensively quick already.
They couldn't wait, get out. We've just been speaking, Matt. They couldn't wait to get out the Aussies. They've been in the tunnel 5 minutes.
What would have been the message from the England coaching staff?
I think it would have been dead simple. Like, we all know we've lost, the game's over with, and we know that, and you've got to be realistic in this sport. But let's win this second half. Let's set ourselves a target and win this second half.
Jordan Pagger out there now in 14. We saw him last Sunday in a Yorkshire shirt, as Jamie Stockdale takes that one in. Last tackle. It's a completed set for England anyway, as Jake Carter under all sorts of pressure, and well, nearly got it back, England, but Australia have collected a few changes from England as well. Kean Morgan's out there as well in jumper 20, but they've given good field position away again, haven't they?
Yeah, and the kit weren't great, but that just comes from, like we spoke about, wanting to stop and block the kit, and they're just flying off the line. Even when they have to defend, they're flying off the line.
The other good news is Ryan Gray's gone for a breather.
Yeah, when the kid who's come on just made an half break.
Max Altus is the 14. Referee's going to give a knock on against England there. I think that's a bit harsh.
Yeah, myself. You just spoke about Ryan Gray going off. I think he'll be a key figure for the schoolboys in this series, so they will look to rest him.
He will be, but Max Altus will be coming out there now and thinking, well, Ryan Gray's just done that for 35 minutes. It's my turn.
Yeah, correct. And that's the worry they'll have. But
got an England player down on that far side. As we were saying, don't forget, Wednesday night, 7:30 kick-off at the Menderhose Jungle.
They've got something on here, Matt. Look at the shape here from the scrum.
They've stacked 6 players here, haven't they?
Yeah. And that's the thing now in the Aussie game. They're bringing everybody round. It's
Ben Holmes who's injured. He's gone off as well. Doesn't look good for Ben Holmes on that far side with the trainer. Set move coming here.
England's kept a winger on that side.
They'll go short, though, to Stanford Tart.
They're going on the short side.
And a penalty. And Australia will rumble again with Jaden Tanner. 5 away from the line. Altus out there, gets it.
That's the Serbian kid.
Dragicic, and
he's
been held up as Matt Dragicic. As Alan was saying, he played for Serbia against, was it the Lionhearts?
Yeah, no, England Lions.
England Lions.
In the Euros.
Needs to go back a little bit further. So here come Australia again. Short pass from Vavaleta to Tanner. As Altus waits at dummy half, goes to that left-hand side again, another short pass.
What an wow.
That's an even better offload. And Jason Saab gets in at the corner.
Wow.
Absolutely fantastic rugby league from these Australian schoolboys. And it's the replacement, Jason Saab, who gets in. But what about that offload from Fanny Teziniu?
Well, we can just watch it back ourselves here now, Matt, with the build-up play, but wow, that's something else. I think there was not just one pass, maybe two or three, what was just like split second decision making.
We're about a minute behind on our feed at the moment. What words, I can't describe that.
Yeah, it was great. We can see it now. This is where I think. Oh no, he tips here, doesn't he? First.
They're saying that that's Timano Alexander who's got that try. There is Jason Saab on my team sheet.
Here we are, Matt. We can watch it back. He's going to ground. The full-back tips.
Deary me.
Number 20 for Australia.
We've got it as Jason Saab. They've just put it up as Timano Alexander on the board.
The fullback as well is also showing that, you know, probably he will be playing NRL at some point this season. He's got to be.
First attempt of that second half, and it's been waved away. Second miss for Jack Madden, but 62-0. Australia leads. Fair enough. He's still going to get.
He's not giving up.
He's not giving up.
No, definitely not. Come on, England.
Everybody on side that time. They'll go for a shot.
Another great kick.
Contest. Gets it back and does, and then it's knocked on by Australia.
The first time they've challenged, Matt, they've got it back.
Yeah. And it's going to be England ball. An error from the Australians. I mean, England, to be fair, have only made 2 errors all game.
Just not had opportunity, mate, with the ball, have they?
England went a 16-minute period without the football in that first half, as Pagger then gets it to Jake Stockdale. As Wilcock at dummy half. Here is Oliver Stone. As Wilcock waits at dummy half again. Goes to that right-hand side, out at the back. England trying to let the ball do the work as Ryan Wolfenden takes that one in. It's Josh Wilcock at dummy half again. Goes to the right side. Kicking early are England. Crichton will collect.
Look at that.
Kieran Morgan chasing.
Look at that.
Crichton gets it to Niu, and confidence, isn't it?
For me, far too early again with the kicks. They're getting good areas and they're kicking on 3. I think that was 3.
Australia making a change. Matt Dory going out at the back.
The big fella's coming back on, Matt.
As Altus will take it in. Is that Ratu Nanava who's getting back out there? No, it's not.
It's the 10.
It's Penny Teupa.
Yeah, that's the one. No, it's
not. It's 12. It's
not.
Not.
It's 22.
22.
Actually.
We haven't got a 22 on our team sheet.
No. But look at the size of him.
On the charge again. Ball comes out to this right
in trouble.
side. Got numbers here. It's going to be a walk in, and Zach Zini is going to get.
He's in again.
Is he?
Yep.
Yes, he is.
He's in again.
He's in again. 4th try of the afternoon for Zach Zini. 42 minutes on the clock. And a 4th try of the afternoon for Zach Zini. All came from that big run. And Australia just running right at the moment.
Yeah, and you know, as much as they're doing good, I really think England need all the ball longer. I think it's 3 or 4 times now they've had the ball and kicked on 3 and 4. And you know yourself, Matt, at back end of sets, that's majority of time when points are scored, 4th and 5th tackle.
So I think if Tamanu Alexander's in 21, is in 20. I think Jason Saab's in 21 and Franklin Pellet's in 22.
Yeah.
Keep scoring them corner, he might not kick any. That'll keep score down.
There's one thing, he's getting a lot of kicking practice at the moment.
Missed that one. Pushed it to the right of the post. 9 minutes gone in the second half here at Kingston Park. Australia 66 points to 0 in front.
They're going to look to short again, aren't they? They've had a bit of joy from it. But like we said, when they do go short and they challenge, they've got the ball back. So keep doing it. For me, certainly keep doing it. But the challenge must be there.
Need everybody to stay behind though. It's gone short again. That's gone. That's not gone.
It's not
10.
gone. It's not gone.
And that's the risky run, isn't it?
Yeah. So straight away again, they're under pressure, Matt.
They'll start 25 metres away from that England line with Stanford Tar. This is Vivalata.
I think you've got to watch for the big number 22, Franklin Pellet, near this line. Luke, he's coming.
Here he comes. Here he comes on the charge. Nobody's stopping him. Oh, dearie me. And Franklin Pellet has just gone through like a knife through butter.
You could see him setting up. We could see him setting up so deep. And if a big fella like that's deep, there's only one thing. He's coming on to 100 mile an hour, and he's certainly unstoppable there, I think.
13th try of the game for the Australians. It's like a double-decker bus. And Franklin Pellet with the try for Australia. What a player to bring on, fresh.
Just a bit. You could see when his first involvement over there, he made 10-15 metres. You know, he might not have long minutes in him playing at a real strong competition, but fortunately for the Aussie boys, they've had all the ball, and you can pick and choose when you want to give him the ball, and they certainly did there then 20 metres out.
Yeah.
Conserve his energy, bring him on where you want to bring him on.
I think Jake Stockdale feared for his own safety then. And I don't blame him.
I think I would, Matt.
Madden gets the radar back on. 47 minutes gone here at Kingston Park. And Australia now lead by 72 points to 0. Don't forget, Wednesday night, 7:30 at the Menderhorse Jungle, Yorkshire Academy against the Australian schoolboys. I'll be there.
I'd like to change direct, and I think it might be, keep them guessing.
They're going to kick long.
But the opposite side, which is better. It's better.
And he's missed it.
And do you know what? We've been asking for that all game, and he's done it.
How's that ball not hit the line? Jaden Tanner making a meal of that. And Australia start deep in their own quarter with Startar. Here's the 4-try man, Zach Cheney, in off the wing.
They're all offside there as well.
Out at dummy half. Won't make a difference. As Fanny Tezi-Niu. That could have been a penalty. Oh, a little bit of afters as Madden puts the kick in downfield.
Oh, what a net.
Jack Stockdale has just been...
Wow, what a net.
Smashed by Stafford Tar.
They're hungry, the Aussies again. You can see them defensively.
Well,
they've been like it all the game defensively. That's impressed me as much as the ball in hand.
Just look how far that Crichton's stacked in. He's more or less level with the post, isn't he?
Yeah. Because they know they'll work that inside shoulder and they'll push.
3 men in that tackle. Franklin Pele, one of them. Just can't clear the lines, can they?
Yeah. And
just
like
too
I said,
quick defensively,
they're too quick. They're getting at us so much.
And got a penalty.
Yeah, we've got one.
The last tackle. Did a good job of that.
Yep.
Let's play is the cry from the England coaching staff. As Jordan Pagger gets us back underway. Here is Oliver Stone. Can England get on the board?
Oh, it should have gone. Should have gone then.
From Jake Carson. He's got it away. Here come England again with Cameron Stewart.
Let's see if we can get something here.
Is this the moment? Is this the time for England? Here's the man who's caused the Australians the most trouble from and it's been stolen.
Another set.
Another set. Well,
I think it's important to get to 6 tackles no matter what happens. You know, make them work.
They might not need to, as Jake Stockdale is right on the line. As can England get over?
Oh.
Pass. And it's only found the touch judge on that far side. And panic? Maybe?
I think so. And you know, if your halfbacks are panicking, you're going to be in trouble. He's got to be a bit more composed though.
72, not 74.
72, is it, Matt?
Yeah, 72. Knock on.
Yes, he has. He's given it. He's seen it.
And England will get another go from 10 metres out. Notice they stacked everybody open again.
Yeah, and they've left the winger, but he's real wide, our right winger there. Really wide. He's not even up on the line, as you can see in the corner there.
Right, what have England got up the sleeve as Pagger dummies and goes, and Jordan Pagger. It's 10 out. Here come England again with Jowett. Gets no change.
They're going to on the right. They're going to go on the right. They're shaping up on right in a minute with a big play.
Gets it to Lancaster, and Tyler Lancaster has gone backwards.
The 6 is screaming for it here for England.
He hasn't got it though.
No.
Oliver Stone has. Stone got the arm free, just couldn't get the ball away. Oh, Niall Collett was just a little bit too far away for the offload, wasn't he?
Yeah.
As Collett at dummy half.
They've not gone right again there. Nice ball from the big man.
Pagger, and Pagger looks to put the footwork on, and Jordan
He's
Pagger had it stolen one-on-one by Stanford Tart, and he's going to give a knock on.
England's ball again.
Australia. Yes. Tart has just he's stolen it one-on-one, but knocked the ball on in the process of doing it, hasn't he?
Yeah. You know, and all it takes is the Aussies now to just make a wrong call on defensive, or, you know, just switch off because they've not had the ball, and England will get some joy. So, like we said,
just making another change. Jake Stockdale going out at the back.
I think it's Owen Abel, is it, coming on?
Looks like it. This is Cian Morgan. It is Owen Abel in 7 who's back out there. And another penalty. It's 3 in a row that now for England.
Definitely.
That levels the penalty.
They're losing a bit of control of the game, so
can England get over the line?
Just be composed. They just need to be composed here.
Cameron Stewart then, 5 out, just to the right of the post. Collett waits at dummy half.
Oh, he's done well to collect that.
So, here come England again with Jowett, and Jowett can't take it in.
What I don't get there, Matt, they've had 3 repeat sets on the Aussies line, and the half-backs have hardly touched the ball within them sets.
And Jake Carter's screaming for that ball, and the dummy half has gone for the prop instead of the half-back.
Yes, definitely, 100%. And, you know, and then the frustration builds, and when he does get the ball, the error comes from it. So it's got to be a bit better in them areas. And he's gone.
Here's Niu, and Niu's gone. Good cover though.
He's had a good game for England, Oliver Stone. Yeah, he's done a lot of work, the kid has. He's carried well, and he's done a lot defensively.
Here's trouble. Franklin Pele is about to get hold of this ball, and England have conceded a penalty, and they can't be doing that. They can't be gifting field position away.
No. So it goes from Australia being under pressure with 3 repeat back-to-back sets against them, and now they're going to be in good ball and attacking England. There's just not enough pressure sustained against them.
The Championship and League One fixtures were released today. There's going to be a big double header here at the start of next season. Here is Franklin Pele on the charge, and Pele's got it away.
Always get forward.
Pass has been ruled against Franklin Pele, and Australia have turned it over first tackle. "15 minutes left here at Kingston Park. 72-0, the Australian schoolboys lead. So the double header here in February. Newcastle against Doncaster, followed by Toronto against Widnes. So England then, with ball in hand.
And you know what, England, for long periods of this second half,
I was going to say, looked hurt though.
They've stopped the Aussies from getting that free flow of repeat tries after tries, and they've stopped it.
Is it Harry Hatton who's down? It was just the way he got hit, and his head went back. We'll probably get another look at it in a minute. So we are at time off here. Just a reminder that Wednesday night, Yorkshire against the Australian schoolboys from the Menderhose Jungle. And then Saturday from the regional arena in Manchester, next door to the Etihad Stadium, Lancashire Academy against the Australian schoolboys. Then the Saturday after is the first test at Leigh Sports Village. And then the Friday after, the 14th of December, we will be at Emerald Headingley Stadium for the second test.
Yeah, he's up, Matt, so that's a good sign, at least. He's
Billy Westerman, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's just plugged a double header on the pier. Billy Westerman's no good. They're going to take him off. Is he? Trainer said he's good to go.
Good to see. That's good to see. He's going off, but at least the kid's up and he's moving about.
That's just a duty of care thing more than anything.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, you know, we all know the game's over with, and
72-0. There's no point in leaving him out there, is there?
No.
We're just going to have to wait for Billy Westerman to reach the whitewash before we get back underway. Looks like Fanny Tazy-New's gone for a breather because Stafford Tart is slotted into the full-back role at the moment. As Pagger at dummy half. Gets it to Cameron Stewart. Collett at dummy half. Here is Carter with the kick downfield, straight down the throat.
Straight down his throat, really, to be honest. Not the best of kicks.
And he's just put the paw on Jordan Pagger, and Pagger's gone flying backwards. And the Australians will start 5 short of halfway. With
he's gone.
Altus at dummy half.
Good defending there again from Jowett.
Landed penalty. He'd won the collision.
Yeah.
Had Max Altus and just wasn't allowed to get up and play the football. And here come Australia again. It's too powerful, aren't they?
Yeah.
That was Vivaletta. Offload. It's found the ground, and Franklin Pelle's knocked that on.
There's been a few hours in the Aussies for the last 5-10 minutes, hasn't there? And, you know, it just shows that they can make errors. And I think that's with England just having a bit more grit and determination in the faces. And it's certainly been slowed the train as such this half, haven't they?
And as much as the second half's difficult, 58-0 down at half-time, it's also difficult 58-0 up, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. You feel as though you can score in every play then, don't you? And the ball starts going everywhere.
And you want to try, and the Australian coaches probably won't be happy with this second half performance. They'll no doubt review it tomorrow. Short turnaround for them as well, which will be interesting. I think they're just doing a big job of minute managing now, aren't they, with certain players?
Yeah, and I don't think we'll see the kid at 1 back on. I don't think we'll see the 9, the Gray, and you know he'll certainly be looking at them. He's big players for the bigger games to come.
I would suspect that Stephen Crichton and Zach Sini on the wing will play the full 80 as England try this short side long pass. Finds Jack Ratcliffe, and Ratcliffe needs to stay in the field.
He's done well to stay in there.
Pagger goes from dummy half. Jordan Pagger gets to halfway. It's a good little scoot, that, from Jordan Pagger. As on the last tackle, crossfield kick from Jake Carter. Contest is the cry. No, it's
great offload.
And as Australia go again now with
offload again.
Talau, and Talau gets it away to Crichton, and Crichton, it will go to ground on halfway. Here is Alexander, Timana Alexander. Again, just land elbows and knees all the time, don't they? Pele with the offload. Pass isn't the best. Knock-on's been ruled. Tom Dearden just not able to take that in, and it hit the England player. So England will
stop the play again, and fair plays. There were some big carries from the Aussies there, but the England boys fired right in there, and really impressed with them this last 10 minutes. Showing a lot of guts now, a lot of guts, where a lot of teams would have just folded and crushed, but they're showing a hell of a lot of guts.
And let's hope they get the reward for their efforts this afternoon by getting over the stripe in this last 9 or so minutes here.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Kingston Park. As Cian Morgan takes it in for England.
We're in the last 10 minutes, are we, Matt? Yeah?
Yeah, it's about 7 left. 8 left. We have had a couple of breaks in play in this second half as well. 3 tackles, and England have not gone for it and made any positive yardage yet. As Jowett,
crowd favourite, that fella. Every time he gets the ball, you hear a bit of a cheer from the crowd.
Looking for a 40-20. Doesn't get the bounce. As Stafford Toa gets it. As Dearden tells Zacchini to get infield, and here he is. 4 tries for this young man this afternoon. Gets away from another.
Footwork there.
2. Footwork is absolutely key, but he's wrapped up by Cian Morgan in centre field. As Altus at dummy half. Goes to the right-hand side. It's Penny Teuper. And they're on the roll again here. Jalal Bazaz back out there. That's the name of the touring party for me. What a name. But you remember it, won't you?
Yeah, certainly will.
As Australia try this left-hand side with Timana Alexander.
Great dummy.
Alexander with defending. Alexander falls over the line, and Timana Alexander gets a second try of the afternoon for the Australians. 64 minutes on the clock. 14th try of the afternoon for Australia, and it's Timana Alexander with a second one, and the Australians lead by 76 points to 0.
You know, I'm really impressed with England, what they did there. Like I said to you, Matt, before, the last 10 minutes, they've stopped the train coming. And, you know, unfortunately for England, it was just
18 minutes between tries.
Yeah, superb. You know, especially at the stage of this game where they're down, I just think they've done real well. And unfortunately for us, you know, they've just got that power like we spoke about, and it's beginning to tell now near the end.
Change kicker for Australia.
It's the other half back.
Jack Madden has gone for a breather. It looks like it's going to be Tom Dearden with the kicking duties here.
Just watching it back there, just powerful, real powerful guy, and he's just run over the top of the 7 there, hasn't he, for England?
Yeah. Conversion attempt is no good from Dearden, so 76-0. It's not give up.
He certainly hasn't.
Must say, Alan, it's my first time at Kingston Park this afternoon. Very, very impressed.
Yeah.
Great little setup, isn't it?
Yeah, and fortunately, like I said to you before, I've been here before with the team when I coached, and you know, they're always welcoming. They can't do enough for you, and the surface is as good as you'll play on. So yeah, it's a cracking setup, and I know Newcastle are working hard this year to hopefully get promoted.
Stephen Crichton, who collected that. Here is Penny Teuper.
The big fella's here.
Here he is, Franklin Pellet.
Take some stopping, Matt.
Be another name you'll easily remember when you see him running about in the NRL.
Yeah.
There's Australia
Turn up.
on the run around. Here is Tar into the line. Goes short pass. Sini on that far side, and it's good slide from Jack Ratcliffe. As the Australians then. Dearden with the dummy. And the 25 out in centre field. What have they got up the sleeve on this last tackle? It's Talau.
Looking at that side again,
Looking
Alexander.
At that side again, and Alexander.
He, offload,
he has to Talau. Talau for the corner, and Talau will score.
That man Alexander
with the try. 67 minutes on the clock here, and Tommy Talau with a 15th Australian try, and they hit the 80-point mark here at Kingston Park. It's like a switch has been flicked, hasn't it?
Yeah, and like we said, I just think they're fatigued now, you know. That 18 minutes you said, Matt, was it, where they didn't score a try? It's probably took its toll on the England boys, and they've done a hell of a lot of work to stop them scoring. And, you know, with 5 minutes or so left, you know, they're fatigued, and the effort's been there this half. So very much improved compared to the first half. Just watch it back here, though. Watch the flick pass from Alexander.
Talau's footwork, first of all.
Yeah. Watch him go through here. Nice.
It's hit the post and gone away. So 80 points to 0, the Australians lead. Only kicked 1 goal this second half. Just the 5 tries. Australia have wizened to these kickoffs. It's gone short, it's gone 10, needs a contest, and it's gone forward off an England hand twice, and it will be a scrum to Australia. Keep trying, don't they?
They do, mate, they do, and you know, it's always difficult for the Aussies to handle, so, you know, the quality of the kicks there, it's just maybe the effort from us to get it is probably not as much as the kick, so, but it's certainly testing for the Aussies.
Here come the Australians. Jaden Tanner, and time off called by our referee. I think he's ruled that Tanner was tackled.
I don't know what that was for, Matt, to be honest.
No, as Altus at dummy half goes the left hand side.
Good hit.
Good hit. Guess who? Bob Jowett.
Yeah, he's been good. He's been good, that fella. Yeah, because he must have been good, mate. He's been when he come on, he's not been off since then. So, especially for a middle to play long minutes like he's done, he's done real well.
Here's Talau.
And he's a crowd lifter.
Altus spins away. Can Altus get away? He can do. And the replacement hooker, Max Altus, will get himself a try. 69 minutes on the clock. Max Altus gets the 16th Australian try of the afternoon, and they lead by 84 points to 0.
He just span out the tackle, and he looks like he's got a lot of pace, the young interchange at 9, Max Altus, and he showed a clean pair of heels to finish the try off.
So we're getting towards full time here at Kingston Park, and we'll try and pick a man of the match for Australia, but we'll do England first. And I think for me, I would be very tempted to go with Bob Jowett.
Yeah,
Jake Carter at 6 has tried really hard as well. They just haven't had time on the ball, have they? Because
you know, Carter's kicked well. I think he's kicked real well, but at times when he needed to have a bit of more composure in good areas, I don't think he's quite had that. Where Jowett's come on and he's made a massive effort in D and attack, and also the kid Oliver Stone. Just looking, he's from the Midlands area, so that's a real positive for our game to see that there's kids out there in them areas. You know, who's good enough for this level. But for me, to be Jowett.
Another change of kicker. This time it is Stephen Crichton who tags on the extras. 86-0. Now Australia lead here at Kingston Park. From an Australian man of the match perspective, Alan, I know he's only played 35 minutes, but Ryan Gray, the hooker, for me, he was just head and shoulders that first half, wasn't he?
He was in everything. Everything they did, he was part of it. If he wasn't scoring the try himself, he was certainly being the first person to create that opportunity
just
for them.
Franklin Pelly to have a run, and Pelly's got through, and that's great from Jordan.
I also think the fullback as well is running close, Matt, but for me, the 9.
Fanny Teziniu, yep.
I think the Aussies have woke up again this
half.
half,
scores. Just got on the front foot from the run by Pele, haven't they?
Yeah.
It's Altus. Waits at dummy half. Goes to the left-hand side to Dearden. Here is Talau. And Talau with 1 step, 2 steps. And Talau gets it away. Down that left-hand side to Timana Alexander. And Alexander is held 3 away from the line.
Just
Australia
hope they can hold him out, yeah.
looking to breach the 90-point mark now as Talau gets it to the front rower, Penny Tupa.
It just moves from one side to the field to the other with ease, Matt, doesn't it? You know, they've just got that much quality. The big guys are
Pele's
tipping
waiting
on.
here. It's gone out the back, not the best pass. Slanted to Stafford Toa, and Stafford Toa gets on the outside. He's done his all his way through.
That's too easy, mate. That's too easy.
Too easy. And Stafford Toa gets a try for the Australians, and they've hit the 90-point mark here at Kingston Park. But that's probably one of the more disappointing tries that England have shipped this afternoon.
Yeah, I think we stood off them. You know, you could hear people saying kick it. You could, let's not wait for somebody to make a decision. Let's get in his face so we make the decision for him. You know, and I think we just stood off too much there. And defensively, we wasn't great there as well.
17th try of the afternoon for the Australians. And that's going to be it. There's the siren.
Be kicks, it's 92, is it? Yeah.
Yeah. I was worried at half-time I was going to run out of paper. But
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
only 7 tries in this second half.
Yeah, and I think we've got to give a bit of credit to the boys for that.
And that 18-minute spell.
Yeah, certainly. Certainly, mate. And we've changed the kicker again.
Yeah, no, he kicked the last one.
All right.
And he's kicked that one as well. So, 92-0. It's finished here at Kingston Park as the Australian schoolboys begin their 5-game tour with victory here this afternoon. So many tries to go through. 17 of them in total. 58-0 it was at half-time. Timana Alexander got the first one of the second half. Then Zach Tini got his 4th of the afternoon. Then the big man, Franklin Pele, bashed his way over. Timana Alexander picking up a second with 6 minutes to go. Australia finishing with 4 tries in the last 6 minutes. Timana Alexander, Tommy Talau, Max Altus, and then that last one there from Stafford Toa gives Australia 92 points to 0 victory. Stephen Crichton adding a couple of goals alongside one from the half, Jack Madden. These Lancashire and Yorkshire Academy boys who may be watching this video and watching this footage of this Australian team, they know what's coming now, don't they? And they know they've got a tough couple of games ahead of them.
They certainly do, but I think on the other hand, they'll also have seen some times where they are gettable. We can get at them and we can, frustrate them, and especially watching that 18-minute period where you put a little bit more pressure on them. We have sport, they are human, and there will be errors, but just watching today, it's absolute credit. There's some absolute quality there, Matt, and some superstars in the making. So I think each game they play will get tougher, because I know Lancashire beat Yorkshire with a big score last time they played at the academy level. So relatively, people will think Lancashire is stronger. So each game that goes on, it's going to be tougher for the Aussies. And
if you are going to join us on the Our League app throughout this Australian schoolboy series, there's so many names to look for. Fanny Tezi New at fullback, Bradman Best in the centre, Jack Madden at 6, Ryan Gray at hooker, the 2 props, Ratuna Nava and Penite Upa. You've got Franklin Pele coming off the bench. Jalal Bazaza's had good moments in that game. Max Altus will form such a combination at 9 with Ryan Gray as well. They are a very, very impressive side, this Australian schoolboys, aren't they?
They certainly are, and like we spoke, let's hope when we do play them, the academies, as our professionals, as we say, are ready and raring to go, because they're going to have to be. They're going to have to be at the best to beat these boys.
So that's it, full time here at Kingston Park. Congratulations to Australia. They've won by 92 points to 0. Don't forget, we're back on Wednesday night from the Menderhose Jungle, Yorkshire Academy against the Australian schoolboys. 7:30 kick-off for that one down at the Menderhose Jungle. If you can get along there, please do. Otherwise, you can join us here next Saturday, 1:30 kick-off at the Regional Arena for Lancashire Academy against the Australian schoolboys. And then the Saturday after, the first test at Leigh, followed by the second test at Emerald Headingley on Friday, the 14th of December. Thanks for joining us here at Kingston Park this afternoon from myself and from Alan up here in Newcastle. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at CAS on Wednesday night.